Do you get the sequence wrong? You think you must fix your mindset, build discipline, or strengthen your character first, and then apply that inner work to exercise. In this model, the workout is the final exam. The sequence is actually the reverse. Exercise is not the exam. It's the first day of class. The body is the honest teacher that makes every other lesson possible. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Consistency, from fitness to flourishing. Every other domain gives you room to lie to yourself. You can rationalize a missed deadline. You can reframe procrastination as strategic patience. You can pretend you are present with your family while scrolling your phone. The feedback is slow, vague, or easy to dismiss. You can maintain the story that you are disciplined or focused for years without contradiction. The body does not offer that courtesy. When you skip a workout, you know it. When you cut a set short, you know it. When you show up and do the work, the evidence is immediate and physical. No other domain gives feedback this direct. This makes exercise the ideal rehearsal space for the skill that shapes everything else: virtuous self-control. This is the skill to act from your values rather than your impulses. Exercise strips that choice down to its simplest form. You feel resistance. You override it or you don't. There is no ambiguity. The discipline you build in the gym is the same discipline you use in your finances, relationships, and career. The domain changes. The skill does not. The neural pathway for overriding an avoidance impulse does not care whether the impulse is about a workout, a conversation, or a project you fear starting. The mechanism is the same. Your conditioning fires an avoidance response. You must choose to override it or let it run. Every override strengthens the pathway you want. Every failure leaves the old protocol in place. Train the override in the simplest domain available, and you can deploy it anywhere. The workout you complete when you don't feel like it is not just a workout. It's rehearsal for every future moment when your values and impulses collide. The stakes are low. The reps are available daily. No other domain offers such clean, repeatable access to the skill that determines everything else. And every time you follow through with your scheduled workout, you improve the health of your brain. A healthier brain provides for clearer thinking, quicker cognitive function, and improved mood, all of which leads to better choices all around. Personal development attempts mostly fail because the individual attempts to change everything at once: habits, mindset, relationships, career, and somewhere on that list, fitness. Also, they focus on passive content consumption in a perpetual loop of preparation. Day after week after month, reading, watching, listening to methods of change without ever implementing. The exercise-first life solves this with one question: did you show up today? One domain, one metric, one override when you feel like avoiding the day's workout. The simplicity respects the process of change. Once that override becomes reliable, the capacity generalizes. You don't need separate discipline programs for each domain. The underlying skill is the same. Train it in the simplest domain, let it transfer. This is why the protocol stays simple. Simple exercise, simple practice. The goal is consistency, not optimization. You start by setting a floor, a minimum standard you can meet on your worst day. Not your best, your worst. The day everything is going wrong and you have every reason to skip. If your floor is 2 minutes, you do 2 minutes. If your floor is 1 set, you do 1 set. Intensity doesn't matter. What matters is that the override was practiced. The pathway was reinforced. People crash out of programs because they aim for the ceiling instead of building the floor. They optimize for peak performance on perfect days and abandon their intention on imperfect ones. The exercise-first life doesn't require peak performance. It requires continuity. The floor ensures continuity. Continuity builds the skill. Exercise will not solve all your problems. It will build the person who can. The body is the first honest teacher of the dichotomy of control. You cannot will your muscles to grow faster. You cannot negotiate with a weight. You can only control your effort, your form, and your consistency. Once you learn that physically, it transfers to every domain where outcomes are beyond your control and only your choices remain yours. Start there, because an exercise practice is the simplest domain in which to train the skill that governs every other domain. The workout is not the final exam. It is the first day of class. Show up, do the work, the rest follows. To exercise consistency and become the person who follows through on their most important goals, join the ACT Score Challenge. That's it for today. Catch you next time.